Let me talk to you about one of the best days, one of the most synchronous days I've had in my life in Austin, right? So I've had my fill of New Orleans. I fly to Austin, right? I'm looking forward to doing some cool shit while I'm there. I want to go to Onnit Gym. You know, I'm a big fan of Aubrey's work. I love Alpha Brain. Onnit makes Alpha Brain. This is the home of Onnit. I'm very excited to go to the gym there, learn a few things, methodologies. I want some barbecue. I want to shoot guns. I want to experience Texas, even though Austin is a blue city in the red state. Got to go see Rogan. I want to go to YMH Studios. I want to see if I can go Elon Musk hunting. Maybe I can find his crazy little house or whatnot. So there's lots of things I want to do there, right? So the first day I get to Austin, I have my own Joe Rogan experience, right? So I get in, I get to Onnit. It's one of the first things I do when I get into Austin is I want to go exercise, sweat some demons out of the last few days while I've been in New Orleans. So I get to Onnit and I get there at 11 a.m., right? People that know I believe in the synchronicities of life. I believe in the magic numbers. I collect the magic numbers on my phone just to show as a breadcrumb to myself about the journey that I am on. It is the path, right? The universe is giving me breadcrumbs, and I believe that. I do that. I get to 11. I book a personal training session. I want to learn from one of the coaches there about some methodologies, about the Onnit way. They use maces and clubs and non-conventional styles of exercise to achieve their human optimization, which is cool. I get to go into the private gym at the back because I've booked a personal training session. So they get to go, they give me the good stuff, right? I haven't done the personal training session yet. I'll do that the next day. But because I'm booking it, they let me use the equipment that's in the back. I go to the back room in the private gym. Lo and behold, within minutes of me being there is Kyle Kingsbury. Now, Kyle Kingsbury is the head of the director of human optimization at Onnit. He is one of Aubrey's right-hand men. He is a man mountain of fitness, health, spirituality, healthy masculinity, and I am awed that I get to see this man within minutes of being at this gym, right? So I'm just like starstruck. He can see it. There's this weird vibe of, you know when someone's in the room and they want to talk to you. I had that, and I was like just plucking up the courage to go talk to him. And I did it because, like, you know what, man? Like, how many chances am I going to get like this ever again? So, and I want to be appreciative. I'm not going to be like, hey, man, hey, Kyle. It's like, I want to be like, and I said, this is what I said to him, I was like, hey, man, sorry to bother you during the workout. My name's Jameel. I just want to say thank you. I just want to show my appreciation for you. I'm a big fan of what you do. A big believer in what Aubrey does and Fit for Service and Onnit. And it's just an absolute privilege to be around you. And he's like really nice about it, as he should be. He's a good dude, right? He's a great dude. I shake his hand, we have a bit of a chat. We talk about Burning Man. Aubrey's still in Arizona, so he wasn't in Austin at the time. And I get a photo with him, which I'll chuck up. And it's a great experience. I'm like, fuck, man, I am blessed to be here. I do my workout. I organize to come back to Onnit the next day to do my personal training session. Next door to Onnit is a place called Kuya, where they do like a lot of advanced healing practices, sauna and cold therapy, IV, meditation, mindfulness, all that nice new age shit that I'm into and I've talked to you guys about on the pod, right? So from there, from Onnit, I want to go to, what's it called? Barton Springs, right? Barton Springs was a place that was told to go to. They have this place called Zilker Park, which is this big park. It's about 300 acres in the south of Austin, which is like a national park, right? So they kept it pristine, they keep it beautiful. Barton Springs is a natural spring these natural springs that they've converted into a public pool. It's beautiful, right? Natural river water. They've got a diving board. They've got, nice, and because it's Texas and it's like equatorial, it's sunny all the time. There's lots of people lounging around. I'm having a great time. I get to refresh myself in the waters of the natural spring. I sum up the courage to go on the diving board and do a few jumps. Like, I am not someone that is coordinated enough to do jumping or diving off a board. But I was like, you know what? I'm going to face my fears and have a bit of fun and do it. So I did it. I felt great. Another highlight of this place, tops optional, right? So there are gorgeous women all around me, tits out, right? And I'm not trying to be a perv, but I'm going to fucking look, right? I am all for freeing the nip. I am all for the equality of male versus female nipples. It is the body. We should not be ashamed of it. But ladies, you need to recognize we're going to look. We're going to look, and we're going to look for a long time while people adjust to it. It's just the way that we are. It is in our nature, right? So yes, it's going to be a little bit awkward. Thank fuck I had sunglasses on, right? But I enjoyed the view nonetheless, in an appreciative way, not in a creepy way. From my perspective anyway. Maybe there's a few ladies going, what the fuck's this guy doing? It's just like, I wasn't like that at all. I'm just kidding. I'm having fun with it. So I go to this spring, right? Beautiful Barton Springs. I'm like, I booked a ticket to go see Joe Rogan at Friends. Rogan does 2 shows on a Tuesday and a Wednesday, 1 per night, where he brings in a bunch of comics and he works on his hour at the Vulcan Gas Company, which is a comedy club in Central Austin. Thankfully, this club is right around the corner from my hostel. So I'm like, sweet, I buy a ticket. The tickets are pretty much already sold out. Like the room's already sold out. So I can only get these shitty seats at the back. And I'm like, you know what? I'll just take what I can get, right? So I'm heading back from Barton Springs to my hostel so I can freshen up and head out to the show. On the way back, I'm pretty hungry, right? And then I bump into Terry Black's Barbecue. Now, this is a place that Rogan has recommended on his podcast multiple times to the people that have visited Austin. It's fucking delicious. I'm like, fuck yeah, bro. I'm going to get some Terry Blacks. So I get into Terry Blacks, get a brisket, some ribs, a few sides, I get a beer. Man, I'm vibing. Like, what a day. Of, from working out to beautiful springs, gorgeous women, delicious food. I'm sitting there enjoying my ribs, enjoying my beer, just in the sun, just having a great old fucking time. All right. So I'm scooting back. I get back to the hostel. I freshen up. I meet some of the dudes in my hostel. Mark is a really cool dude. Hey, Mark, if you listen, he's into comedy as well. He's going to go see Rogan at the Vulcan the next night. I get to know him. I get to know some people in the hostel. Cool dudes. I head in to the Vulcan, just up the road. I'm in the line, get to chatting to people on the line. And what they have is this upgrade system. And this upgrade system is like, hey, okay, the tables are all sold out. You're in the fucking standing room at the back. But if no one shows up for their table, you can upgrade for an extra $10 and you can sit at the tables, right? Because it's 2 levels and I'm on the top level and you can't see shit. You have to watch it on a screen. I'm like, I didn't come to watch comedy on a screen. I want to see this stage. I'm a comic. So I'm like, all right, I'll do the upgrade. It's an extra $10 if it happens. Sign me up. Lovely girl signs me up. She's cute as hell, by the way. It's like, whew. So I'm sitting there, I'm hanging out, I'm vibing. It's just me. And then lo and behold, just before the show is about to start, this girl comes up to me. She goes, yep, come with me. Picks another 2 random dudes and this other lady. And they're like, come down with me. You got the upgrade. And I'm like, fucking sweet. I head down with her. I'm just happy to be involved, just happy to be, being able to see the stage. And I'm going to be close to Joe and all these fucking other acts. I don't know who's got on. It's just his and friends, right? So it's a random lineup. And we get the fucking front and center table on the stage. The table is literally attached to the stage. Like, I am less than a meter, from this stage. My feet are up on it. I have to look back and up to look at the people. I'm so fucking close to the stage. I'm like, holy fucking shit. I'm going to be this close to Joe Rogan and all these other comics. Like, I could touch them. I could fucking touch them if I wanted to, right? So I'm like, holy shit, to the girl next to me. We can't believe it. She buys me a drink. Like, we're just chatting and being like, I can't believe this is happening. And then, yeah, show starts. Great lineup. Hans Kim, obviously one of Joe's new favorites, and I think he's a regular in Kill Tony. David Lucas, another regular in Kill Tony. Who else was on? Brian Simpson, hilarious comic. Duncan Trussell's there, Tony Hinchcliffe, and then Rogan, man. Rogan comes up and he's stoned off his face and he's there doing his hour, and I'm just like, holy fucking shit. I could reach out and touch Joe Rogan right now if I wanted to. I could reach out and touch his foot and then get the shit beat out of me because I touched him. But I'm like just startled, like in the presence of one of the most powerful and influential people in the world right now, particularly in the world of comedy and entertainment. And he's there, way stauncher in person. Fuck, he's juiced. No, like he's got TRT, but he's fucking staunch. And he has this big fucking booger in his left nostril. And it's big, like, and it's distracting. And he's too high to care. He doesn't know what's going on. And I'm just like, holy shit. I am staring up Joe Rogan's nose. And I'm staring at this guy's fucking booger. Like, I'm so close to him, I could just like be like, Joe, hey, come here. Look at that. You got a bear in the cave. I could have done that. That would fucking ruin my career and probably ruin my life if I did that. But I was like, in just awe, right? And Joe, he does an hour. He's working at his hour in front of everyone. It's a great set. And I'm just there just like, holy fucking shit, man. And I was just like, this is the most insane day of my life, right? Like, I'm not a fucking full-on Rogan head. I am and I'm not. Like, I don't fucking watch all of his specials and watch every ep of his podcast, but his mentality what he's enabled for the creative mindset in the comedy industry and in the digital industry, right? He's been the godfather of that for the last 5-10 years now. His mindset of abundance for everyone, right? The comedy does not have to be so competitive. Like, everyone can have a piece of the pie as long as you are unique and who you are and a great comedian. You can have a place and a great living from doing it if you just keep working at it. That mindset has enabled things like YMH, like Andrew Schultz and Flagrant, Bobby Lee. All of these great comedy podcasts that you see around have basically all emanated from Rogan's influence in the comedy world. And that's why I look up to him, right? So to see the man that has enabled this and sort of given me a lot of perspective on life, that has enabled the things that I'm working on right now, was crazy, right? And I could not believe that it had happened, and I'm really, really grateful to whatever is looking out for me out there. Really grateful to it. So after the show, this is where it dips a little bit. I'm like, I wonder if I can meet Joe, right? I'm like, this day cannot get any better. I'm gonna roll the dice. How can I meet Joe? So I go to the back of the club because I know he's got to leave at some point, right? And Tesla's there, and I'm like, Joe loves Teslas. That's Joe's Tesla. And I'm hanging out the back alley, right? And there's a big burly dude in the fucking Tesla. And clearly he's a security guard, right? And I'm just like hovering around like a fucking bad smell going around. And you know what? I'm just plucking up the courage. I'm like, you know what? Fuck this. If this day cannot get any better, I'm just going to be brave. I'm just going to go up and talk to this guy, right? So I go up to the car and I go, hey, you're Joe's security detail, huh? And he goes, yep. And I'm like, hey, man, I'm from Australia. I'm wearing my Aussie Comedy Network t-shirt, by the way, because I wanted to see if I could meet Joe and just thank him, right? I wanted to thank him for his influence and just show my appreciation and reciprocation for what he's inspired in me and for me to work on, right? I'm like, hey, man, I'm from Australia. I started a company because of Joe. I'd love to just meet him and thank him and say hello. Is there any chance I can meet him? And he goes, nah, man, doesn't do meet and greets. And I go, fair enough. And he's like, is there any chance at all? And he's like, nah, he doesn't like being snuck up on, man. And I go, look, okay, you know what? I'm just going to hang around to the side over there. Is that cool? Maybe you can say hi or something like that. And he's like, I don't know, man. Like, I said no and was polite to you because you were pretty nice, but I wouldn't recommend it. And I'm like, look, I've had an amazing day. I'm going to roll the dice anyway. I'm just going to hang around the alleyway and just see if he says hi or see if he pops out or anything like that. Which clearly, in hindsight, is me just being so fucking starstruck by this day, Like not thinking about like this guy's like, hey man, can I meet Joe? No. All right, I'm going to stay over there and try and put your fucking main guy at risk by saying hi anyway. I'm a fucking idiot. But hey, I'm giving it a shot, right? So I'm hanging out the back of this alleyway, like 20 meters away from the car by myself. This guy's sus on me hard, the security guard. And then a couple of the other people at the venue at Vulcan, they sort of like, they're like, who the fuck's this guy? What's this guy hanging around? He's like, I don't know, he just wants to say hi. And they're like, let me go talk to him. So a couple of dudes who are also comics are like, hey man, what's your deal? And I'm just like, hey, I'm just here to say hi to Joe and see if I can meet him. And he's like, man, he doesn't really like that. You know, from one comic to another, don't try that shit. And I'm like, look, thank you, appreciate it. I'm going to try. 10 minutes later, Duncan Trussell walks out, get to his car. He doesn't make eye contact with me. Clearly, the security guys have been like, hey, there's some fucking psycho dude in the alleyway trying to reach out to people. Just keep an eye out. So Duncan's walked out with another bar staff member, clearly to use me as protection as a human shield. He doesn't make eye contact. He's hiding away. And I'm just like, okay, this is a bit much. Like, he's a really nice guy. And I'm probably scaring the shit out of people right now. So I do that. And then so another dude comes out and he's like, hey man, you know, again, what's your story? I'm like, hey man, I'm a comic. I'm from Australia. And he's just like, dude, just don't. Just don't bother, man. It's not going to work out for you. And I'm like, all right. It's been like half an hour I've been waiting outside at this point. I'm like, I'm going to take the hint. And he's like, yeah, man. Just, hey, we're a bunch of comics. We're going to go hang up the street at the bar up the road. Come hang out afterwards, but don't try this shit. And I'm like, all right. I'll take the hint. I'll take the hint. Sorry, fucked up. I just sort of waved to the security guard going, I got the hint. I'm fucking off. I'm sorry. And he's just like, yep. I just walk off. I actually go down to that other bar, meet some other open micers. It's cool, man. I'm just like, look, hey, I took a chance. I rolled the dice. I tried. Didn't quite work out, but fuck. What an experience, huh? What a wild day in Austin. My first day there. All of that just happened in one fucking day. Amazing. Absolutely amazing.